Hello students, welcome to English class. I'm your English teacher, Mr. Oza, and it is time for us to work on classwork number 47. We are getting towards the end of this book, only 3 chapters left. This chapter is simply titled Caught. Yes, bad news for Offred in today's chapter. Our novel, of course, is called The Handmaid's Tale, and this novel was written by the author Margaret Atwood. So, the final 3 chapters, 10, 11, and 12. Let's jump in to chapter 10. Here we go. Instructions for this assignment, same as most of the other assignments. We're going to look at 4 pictures together, give you a little preview for what's going to happen in the chapter, and after you're done with those 4 pictures and after you're done with this video, you're going to write down one prediction that you have about the chapter, and you're also going to write down one question, something that you might want to learn about, something that you might want to know, something that you're unsure about. And as usual in class here on Zoom, I'm going to give you some feedback on your prediction and question. Try to answer your question if I can. So here we go. First picture. We're getting towards the end of the book now. It's a big moment in the story. Serena Joy, of course, this is the wife of the commander, the wife of Commander Fred Waterford, notices something on her jacket. Now, if you remember, the commander took Offred to this secret club called Jezebel's. It was a very interesting chapter. In that club, Offred found her friend Moira from back in the day. We heard the story of how Moira was able to escape from the Red Center. But later on, Serena Joy noticed some lipstick on her jacket. Offred was wearing Serena Joy's jacket when Fred snuck her out of the house, and she is not happy at all. She's very, very upset. How could you do this? How could you sneak out of the house? And with my husband, too. Of course, perhaps there should be more blame put on the husband. And that leads us into the next picture where Serena Joy is talking to her husband, the commander, Fred Waterford, saying, how could you do this? How could you take her out on a date? What did you guys do together? What does this mean for us? I can't believe this. Serena Joy is feeling very, very upset once she has found out that Fred Waterford took the handmaid out to the club, the commander's club, called Jezebel's. Meanwhile, Offred is waiting in her room, basically waiting to be punished. She doesn't know what the punishment is going to be. The reader doesn't know what the punishment is going to be. This is a very, very scary feeling for Offred. And one of the interesting parts of the chapter is, she's in her room thinking, what do I do next? What do I do? Do I run for it? Do I burn the house down? Do I, try to escape? Like, what am I going to do here? Because this is like maybe my last chance before, my punishment happens. And what even is that punishment going to be? She doesn't know. We kind of find out in the next chapter. We kind of get a little bit of an idea of what her punishment might be. And meanwhile, while Offred is in her room, very scared, waiting to find out what's going to happen, the fight continues. Serena Joy saying, I can't believe you did this. Did you cheat on me with the handmaid? How could you take her to this club without me? And Fred is kind of trying to defend himself. And she's very, very upset. You put my jacket on her to try to sneak through the checkpoints. I can't believe you would do that. And obviously, Serena Joy, not very happy. So, some pretty serious drama here in the chapter as Offred, main idea here, Offred got caught. She got caught for sneaking out. Of course, let's not forget, it was Fred's idea to sneak her out of the house. It was the commander's idea, and I'm not really sure Offred had a choice in the matter. And the commander says, hey, we're going out. I got you this dress. Let's go. I don't think Offred really had a decision, but she has to pay for it now, which is very unfortunate. So, as you know, now that we've talked a little bit about the chapter, it's time for you, once this video is over, of course, to write down one prediction and write down one question that you have about the content that we just went over. After you're done with that step, it's time for you to read the chapter. The link is in your Google Doc as usual. You're going to take a look at that chapter. It's a very short selection today. It's only 3 pages. Now it's your choice, either while you're reading or after you're done reading. It's going to be the good old says means matters chart. You're going to fill this chart out. Remember how to do this. If I give you a quote, and a page number, of course, where you can find the quote, you give me the description of what's happening. If I give you the description of what's happening, and the page number, of course, then you find the quote that matches that description. Put it in quotes, and please make sure you add in a citation. This is what your citation is supposed to look like, the author's name and the page number. So remember, if you're finding a quote and putting it here in this column, make sure that you put in a citation with the author's last name and the page number. And of course, you got to fill out the right side column explaining why this quote and description, why does it matter? Why is it important? You know, what is its context in the story? Last step is always open response. Share your opinion. Don't overthink it. All you got to do is share your thoughts with me. Whatever claim that you have, whatever point that you want to make, please make sure that you're using a quote from the novel or elsewhere, anywhere else, any sort of evidence to back up whatever your claim is. Remember, like I always say, you have a list of 4 quotes right here. 2 of them that I found, 2 of them that you found. Just use one of those quotes to help explain the situation you're talking about in your open response, all right? It's just a quick step. It's always good, always important to use evidence to support any claim that you're making in your open response. So that's going to do it for this video, everybody. I want to thank you for watching. I hope, as always, I hope this was useful. I hope this was helpful in explaining the plot of this particular chapter. All right, time to get to work. Enjoy the last few chapters of this book. Thank you, as always, for watching this. I'm Mr. Oza, and I hope you have a great class.